It's good. Hola, ¿cómo están? And welcome back to the third installment of Travel Through Legends of Latin America. As you can see, I'm with my trusty map. So let's see where our next stop will be. Looks like today we're gonna go up north to Mexico, which is located up north in North America, right there. So Mexico is where one of the most famous Mesoamerican cultures settled. It was known as the Aztec Empire. Back in its day, though, it was called the Triple Alliance, since it consisted of three Nahua city-states, Tenochtitlan, Texcoco, and Tlacopan. The interesting thing about the Aztecs is that despite the lack of technology like we have, the Aztecs were very advanced in art, astronomy, architecture, and agriculture. In fact, thanks to the Aztecs, we have our favorite treat, chocolate. Interestingly enough, between these three city-states, two volcanoes reside. These volcanoes are right beside each other. You want to know why? Have you read Romeo and Juliet? Well, the Aztecs had a very similar story, but with their own twist. So, that is our story today. Once upon a time, in the Aztec palace of Tenochtitlan, there lived a beautiful princess named Itzatzihuatl, who was well known as a kind and gentle soul to everyone in the capital. One day, as Itza made her way back from spending time in the milpas, she was approached by her father's greatest warrior. His name was Popocatépetl. He spoke to her not of her beautiful looks, but of her kind heart, and it was the moment that they fell in love with one another. Of course, the emperor did not want his daughter to marry a mere soldier. She was to marry a ruler. But the king knew that Popoca was the best and bravest warrior in his kingdom. So he made a deal with the young man. If Popoca could end the capital's long war and defeat the neighboring land's chief, Jaguar Claw, the king would promise his daughter's hand in marriage. With determination, Popoca gathered his most courageous men and marched into battle. Itza waited anxiously for news of her husband-to-be. But when a message finally came, it was not from Popoca. Instead, it was the news of his death. The young princess was devastated. Little did she know, as she slowly died from grief, that she had been lied to by a traitor messenger. Her beloved was on his way home, victorious in battle, but she would not be there to greet him. When Popoca returned, the emperor told him of the sad news. In disbelief, Popoca ran to the princess's chamber and tried to wake her up, but Itza did not wake. Not willing to give up, he took his sweet princess's body to the top of a mountain outside of the palace and kneeled by her side, praying to the gods, asking them to wake her up. The gods took pity on the couple when they heard the warrior's pleas, so the gods covered the couple in a blanket of snow. In time, where once there was a princess with her true love by her side, two volcanoes emerged. One of these volcanoes is known as Itzatzihuatl, or the Sleeping Woman. The other is known as Popocatépetl, or Smoky Mountain. Itzatzihuatl continues to sleep, but Popocatépetl spews smoke from time to time as if still attempting to wake his beloved princess. Wasn't that romantic? I love that story. If you guys want to learn more about the Aztec culture, these books are perfect for all of you. For our younger readers, these three are the best. If you guys want to read a longer version of that story, this one's the one for you. This one's called The Princess and the Warrior by Duncan Donatiu. If you guys want to learn more about the Aztec culture, these would be perfect. Here we have Hail Aztecs by Jen Green and a National Geographic book, Ancient Aztec by Tim Cook. For our adult readers who want to learn more about the Aztec civilization, right here we have a world history book, Aztec Civilization by Don Nardo. For our middle school readers, we have a new series for you guys that I would like to share right here. It's called Horrible Histories, and this one is The Angry Aztecs, which talks about the history of Aztecs, and it's perfect for any middle school age reader. And what's cool about these books is they're very funny. They have comic strips. They also have activities that you can do guys at home, and even quizzes at the end of the book to see what you've learned. So this is perfect for you. And these books are available for you guys via our curbside pickup service. So give us a call and we'll reserve them and have them ready for you. Also, we have these activities for you guys, and we have these special coloring sheets. This one's like an Aztec warrior, and this one, an Aztec sunstone. So these will also be available on the right side of the curbside pickup service table, so you can feel free to take any. Thank you so much for joining us in the third installment of Travel Through Legends of Latin America, and I hope to see you next time in our next adventure. Adios!